Hi everyone, just going to talk to you a bit about the van. Sort of freshly converted it really from just a standard blue Transit Custom to a usable camper van. Not fully finished as yet. There are some bits to still do, like a swivel chair, the heater for winter, but the van's usable. We have been using it. We've been away, most have been away for so far. I think it's 4 nights with the kids, with the driveway awning, so it's handled us quite well. We bought the van really for convenience. We used to have a caravan, 2 kids of a young age and a dog. Caravan was great, got away plenty in it, got away for weeks, tried to get away for 1 night, tried to get away for 2 nights, but a little bit difficult for us with a caravan. Stored down at caravan storage. We didn't have a car that had a tow bar, so Millie's mum, we had to borrow her car, so you can imagine we had to get her car, we had to go down to the storage place, we had to get it home, try and get it on the drive, and then from there we loaded up the caravan. We drove to our destination for the night, the weekend, or however long we were staying there. But it just became quite a chore really in the end. We wanted to do more shorter journeys really, nipping about, not being tied down to once you're setting off with the caravan, you have to pretty much make it all the way back home. You know, you're towing a big wobble box. It's got to, you just got to get it back. You can't really stop off, can't go and see anything in a town that you've just visited. So upgraded to the camper, did the conversion myself, because there was 3 of us doing the roof. So we upgraded to the camper van, just so we can go and have a night here, a night there, and also park up the next day, do a walk, go into town, and even stop off at a supermarket on the way back home, pick up some food. It's a lot more versatile, and you don't really want to spend so much time in a camper van, although you make it comfortable enough so that you can. Which is exactly what we've done. We get out, we do some walking with the kids, go and visit various towns, park up, and then go and check back into a site that very same night. So it's a lot better. It gives us a lot more freedom. So from the inside, we've got TV, fridge, we've got cupboards here, which simply just hold the gas, the fresh water, the waste. This rubber stuff's pretty handy, about £2 for a roll of 2 meters. Non-slip, you can cut it to any shape that you like, so we've used it in here, used it on the top. I've got a double socket there for mains when you're hooked up to an electric hookup. I've not got the inverter fitted yet, so it'll only work when we're on a site. The 12-volt board there, and a battery charger indicator. Selection of switches up here. You see the voltage on there. These are USB-C switches, chargers, sorry, just for the new type of cable. On the left I've got the USB, the older style, just so we can charge more items and share out a bit. On the switches I've got my fridge powered from here, the TV is powered from here, the fresh water pump. I've got a couple of spares at the moment, which are going to be for the heater, and maybe some further sort of trim lighting, strip lighting that I've not installed as of yet. Battery charge, quite good, from Renogy. It's connected up to our battery. Drove here today, so it started at 100%, so currently down to 4%. It's always good to keep an eye on what you've got, but it's handy because it charges itself up, and you don't really need to mess around with this. It just tells you what you've got in the battery, what you're using, how long's left. Obviously it goes down considerably when we've got phones, iPads, everything's on the go. Not so bad in summer, but winter when you're a bit more tied down, battery can deplete quite a little bit. Rock and roller, quite a lot on the market. This one is quite a comfy one. Did well to find this one. I'll post below where we got that one from. Great set of chaps. Plenty of chairs being knocked out every week. I enjoyed doing this. This is a handy little thing here. So we thought, rather than opening the door into the pitch black, trying to scramble across to find the lights, I thought if I can get some cables over back and running. A little switch, you see it's got a bit of a glow on it, simply a press switch there, turns on the side spots only. And just a simple press, it clicks back off. Also installed some standard USB sockets on this pillar. Really the only electricity that was brought over to this side, but certainly helps. Got a little drop light there coming from the top, so when this bed's in position it helps with reading. A couple of nice little windows out the back there with the blinds on as well, just on the guide rails. I will eventually get the double chair swiveling. I think it opens up a lot more space, but at the moment it's just a fixed double at the minute. I won't swap it to a single. We do have 4 of us plus a dog, so it needs to really be a double, just for the space, and we've no problem hopping over the little gap it leaves us there. It's an old plastering van. Got it from a guide, looked after the van really well. Luckily he plastered for his friend. His friend was a mechanic, so he returned him the favours of looking after his van, so I know that the van is good. We've had it now for I think nearly a year. It's given us no bother whatsoever. Everything's great on the van. It runs well, it starts first time. I've got the double batteries, like one's the battery backup, the other one's the main battery. Obviously I've got my own leisure battery as well, so I'm not using the actual van batteries, so this I'm carrying 3 batteries if you will, but I've got the lithium 105 ampere hour battery which runs all of the 12 volts and eventually will help with the inverter to run some 240 volts as and when we're not on a site. Another thing that I did differently was I installed this little switch here which is for these lights, which is on the underside of the pop top bed. It's just simply those lights only, so again the little spots aren't on, just those, so it just adds a different element of lighting whichever one that you require on. Kids generally do get the best view in the house. Quite jealous when they're up there, they can just sit out, watch people. We all like to watch people. So in the pop top, generally where the kids go, whether it's 2 or 1, if they're not in their awning, managed to get a light up at the top there, which is a USB charging light, as well as a touch light. Good size mattress as well. Just managed to get one that fits perfectly, really. We generally like to go to a site rather than a sort of one night car park. We don't really do any sort of stealth camping or anything like that. We have the kids and of course myself, Millie. Facilities do come in handy. We don't have a toilet on board, so facilities are generally a requirement. We always have something planned within the area anyway, so we pick a site. We like to review the site, show some photos of where it is, what's around local area, what we did, and anything else that we can put on the clip. Rock and roll bed, so we just simply, I said simply, and I need probably 2 hands to show you this bit, but lift the catch up, start to move the legs out. I'm 5'11", fits me on there, no problem at all. On underneath the rock and roller is a great place to store most of the things you don't want on site. In here we've got the awning, we've got sleeping bags, we've got 4 chairs for the kids, we've got blow up double bed, we've got the barbecuing equipment, pretty much just a hole that you can just throw anything into, and then it tidies it away. In the back's the garage, let's call it the garage. Cloths, all sorts of things that you generally need. Extension lead for a site, the full 20 metres, hammer for my pegs, the battery, and most of the electrics in there, 12 volt cut off, mains, battery charger, and obviously all the 12 volts, and a 1 to 2 switcher which I use for electric hookup, and then the inverter eventually will go on side number 2, but I've not got that yet, so I'll have to wait for that. I'm right with the awning. I will show you the awning. I mean, the awning's double the size of the van. It has a sleeping compartment, it has doors, windows, it attaches onto the rail that's being installed. It really does open up a vast amount of space, and from the caravan we've still got the blow up couch and the blow up chairs which we take with us, and we pretty much make a bit of a living room out of it really. You know, friends come round, sit, we've got some tables that pop up. It creates a big space, and then really the van just becomes a space to crash in at night, and also use any cooking facilities. We do have a sort of kitchen setup that we put outside with an oven grill, the air fryer. It stores all of the dry foods, and so we don't do a great deal of cooking in the van when we've got the awning out. We have the separate kitchen setup which works great. As you can see, we're fully carpeted throughout, so we're insulated, we're deadened. We've got a TV. TV is quite handy. It's a monitor, so we use the Fire Stick for things like YouTube, or for watching any TV. What we have with that is a speaker, Bluetooth speaker. Gives us the opportunity to play the sound through the speaker, so we can quieten it down, louden it up wherever we want really, so we don't have to have it blaring from the screen. We can move this more to where we are in the bed, so it's a little bit quieter for when the kids are up top. We've got the pop top here as well, which was, as you can imagine, a challenge if you've done one or thinking of doing one. I have got some little videos that I'll put on where you can see how we did it, and little step by steps, not really a guide as such, but just as we were making the videos. So you put these straps on the side which connect up to the roof. The chap that we bought the roof off before we put it in says it's always better to mount these pulling down sort of handles when we're locking it into position on the side. It just helps pull the corners in of the pop top rather than putting them at the centre here. It doesn't really pull it down the greatest. Under the cupboards, this is the SMEV 9222 I think it is, with a double hob and a sink. We've put a sliding window. Managed to remember to put the opening side on the cooking side, which helps get rid of the fumes. But they're all quite a standard cupboard, these. We choose to have boxes, so when we go away, just hers, the 2 kids, put our stuff in the boxes. Just easier to get a box thrown at you, and just sort your clothes out that way. There's not much hanging space in a Ford Transit Custom camper, but we do well with the boxes. We try to pack minimal, although Millie doesn't like minimal. She gives it a best shot. blinds. Really love the blinds, store away in the glove box quite easily. 4Transit custom blinds made to fit 2 sides and the front. Magnets, just literally throw them up. Magnets will stick onto the metal, stretch them around, move them around a bit. At the front window you get these poppers. Just put the poppers, screw them in, made a bit of a mishole on that one, screw them in, and then this, as you can see over there, it just comes across. It just pops in. Couple of rear view mirror adjustments there. Backs down a bit here, but it doesn't cause any issues. You could play with that around the bottom if you wanted to. TV just sits on this bracket here, it's powered from there. Obviously I turn that power on via the switch there. Then I've just run some simple Velcro just down the side of the TV, and on this inner side here, it just sits here behind the chair. Quite a handy little place for it really. Just stuck there behind the driver's seat. Handy, it doesn't move when you travel. Out of the way, can't brake. Perfect. Hope you enjoyed the video guys. See you on the next one.